Okay, this only has to be signed by Carl.
One's by Carl and then one's by Anna, because Anna wasn't here. I think Carl has the ones from 226 and
Oh,
Anna's
from the
212.
last time.
Yeah, he should
Oh.
be signed.
What, flip it over and see if you sign that one.
I
Yeah, this
eliminated
is-
his
I'm absent.
name on it.
Yep.
So his name shouldn't be on that one. It should be just yours and Anna's for signature.
Okay, sign that one.
Okay, I'm
And
gonna
then the other
start
one is-
You gotta work though.
recording.
Recording in progress.
Mark, I'm assuming the mic is working, but let me know. Let me know if not. Thank you.
I will call the meeting at 7 o'clock. And we will do the pledge. Allegiance. I believe this is my.
United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have the minutes from February 26th. And I move that we accept them
Second.
and vote 2-0.
I'm abstaining, Tina.
Yeah, and don't forget, we need to do the 212 because Anna wasn't,
Didn't we vote? No, we didn't. Okay.
Anna, because Carl wasn't there, so he had to abstain.
Motion that we accept the minutes for 2/12
Second.
as amended.
Okay.
Second vote to zip.
Thank you.
Lemons.
The off-road contract. We will open the bids next meeting. And the raking and mowing bids will also be open next month, next meeting. I think the website says the 11th.
Yes, it does.
It does, there was one set for the 25th.
Okay, FEMA on December, the FEMA work on the storm that happened in December. We are on right now. We had a meeting, first meeting with FEMA last Wednesday. We will be meeting, Mike Wenzel and I will be meeting FEMA again on Wednesday this week. We'll be pointing out to them the damage that was down on the community center roof. And we are hoping that that will be covered on the damages that were done. There was some damage on the fire truck. We had a person going around with a logging truck picking up brush. We had someone hauling in 3/4-inch bluestone. Plus, we had horns working, repairing the roads, and we had lease for doing repair. And from the figures that I've been getting so far, should be over 100,000. Yeah. So that will continue.
Thanks, Tom, and thanks, Mike.
Indeed, thank you.
Question.
Yep.
Mike had emailed me. Do you have the UEI number
I
that he's
forgot to
looking
look.
for?
Yes, I forgot to look. It should be in the art funds. I think that's where we had to apply for it.
Yeah,
I will check that. I forgot to check this out there. It's a UEI number.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. I can picture it on a page.
Yeah, because you had to go through the portal to get the ARPA funds and do the reporting, and then the next round you had to
Yep.
register with stamps.gov.
Yeah.
And that's where you get the.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure we need that number in order to get the May funds.
What was the other name for that ARPA? You guys told me that before.
A,
No, it was something called something.
American Rescue.
Yeah, let me see. Oh, I've seen some.
and that just brings up another thing, Kyle, can we meet sometime this week
Mhm.
to try to
Rescue and Recovery.
get going on that again?
Did you get a response? Oh,
I found a phone number to call, but they said in order to talk to us, we have to be able to get onto the website, and I can't get on the website.
okay. Yep.
So sometime this week, we'll try to do that.
Let me know when.
And she can, once we get on, she can get us through it. I hope.
We need to wrap up the spending, right?
What's that?
The our fund spending, like by
By the
the,
end of December.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's a report due April 30th.
Right, we've spent the money already,
No, I think there's a little bit left.
a little bit left.
Yeah, we ought to
yeah,
use
we
it.
shouldn't.
Actually, it's very easy to use. We can use it on
And, you
the
know,
road stuff
Yeah.
or the fire truck stuff.
Yeah.
Or they've really widened the scope of it.
Oh, yeah.
so.
Okay,
yeah, just about anything.
great. Good.
Affordable housing. Sheltering the homeless.
Children homeless. Okay, we got our insurance renewal. I think I mentioned it last time. I sent out information to both Scott Herrick and fire department, say that they would need changes on those forms,
Thank you.
and we'll work on that some more.
Can I interject a question? Harry, do you have a good contact at the MMA insurance? I've been going back and forth with someone whose name I'm blanking on about the childcare, and then they just stopped answering. I'm wondering if you have someone I should reach out to directly. That might be.
Just about anybody,
Most everything, well, you have to go to the proper person now.
risk management, yeah.
Yeah, risk management. And I think Chris and I usually end up speaking with this Nicole.
Thank you. I'll try that.
Yeah, it's
Appreciate
usually, it's hard to get them on the first call.
Yeah.
Usually they call back.
Yeah, they were emailing and then they looped in someone else and
Yeah.
then they.
Yeah.
They
Ghosted
stopped
you.
emailing and they ghosted me. So I thought
Yeah.
I'd try somewhere else.
I believe also, some of them are still working from home,
Mhm.
kind of like the States, so,
Oh,
you have much better, they like don't answer the phone in the afternoons,
Yeah,
so.
beautiful. Well, I'll try and find Nicole and see if that happens. Thank you.
okay, community center roof, we got to that. Okay, on the Locks Corner. Okay, we did a DOT, it's called a stream crossing grant. And it now goes to DOT, and we did not get it.
Mm,
It was a $200,000 grant. We have two ways to go on it. Charlie Bader is getting in touch with Senator Collins' office and would like to do I think it's 4-town grant. Each of the town would look for getting like $200,000 and put it towards infrastructure. In this case, it would be definitely this. And Mercer would be very similar because they did a stream crossing and didn't get it either.
mm,
So theirs would be strictly this way. And that would be one thing. Charlie and I will meet with someone from Collins' office fairly soon.
Good.
So we'll try that. And then I brought up to him about the Northern States one. So we're gonna look into that one also. Now, that's up to $1 million. So on that one, if we wanna go for that, I would say let's hire an engineer. Because that way, we'd wanna look at each of these spots, like the Desert Pond Road, that flat section in there.
Mhm.
Maybe even some of the other spots on Desert Pond Road,
Yeah, it's really,
Moore Hill Road.
Yeah.
These places where we're always having trouble.
and combine them all into
Yeah.
one.
You know, if we can get up to $1 million, we might as well just go for broke.
Mhm.
But I think we really need professional help on something like that.
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
you're not gonna be able to do it with us, you know, Charlie and I and.
Yeah.
So if we wanna push for that, then we might wanna look at the budget and see if we can get some money in there for. Either it's grant writer, like the Merchants, or an engineer.
Mhm.
So we wanna keep that in mind.
Did the merchants ever come back? They were gonna come
I
back.
talked with them.
Yeah.
No, they never came back, but I did talk to them about the generator, and see if they could find something there. So, no, not yet, but they would be ones
You know,
on that northern grant,
and
northern states.
ARPA, AARP. ARPA,
Right, AARP,
AARP, I really think that's still a real possibility for the generator. And I asked John, he couldn't think of anybody off the top of his head, but I will continue to search.
I wonder too about, I'll look them up. I wonder about Maine Community Fund. Might be a good project for them.
CPC,
Maine Community Fund, it's a
Oh.
statewide like funding organization. They do grants like by county often. So it could be a good fit. And one nice thing about them is even if you don't get the grant, my understanding is they have different like staff people who are in charge of each county or a couple counties. And there's like a list of funders who are kind of separate than the main fund. And the staff people know those people's interests. So if there's a proposal that doesn't get funded, sometimes they pass it on to the anonymous other donors.
oh,
So it can be a good way to get connected.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll check their deadline.
Has the Kennebec County used up their ARPA funds or?
I'm not sure.
That's a good question.
Clyde Dyer tried, he's pushing for an ice rink, and he went through them on a grant possibility. He didn't get it, but he did, so there might be some fun. Let me call Joe Petruski.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Let me call him.
What size generator did they determine is needed there?
No, the generator would be so that the school would be available for heating and cooling.
Right. But what size would,
Yes, the facilities guy at the school got a generator guy to come in for a little less than 45,000, I think it was, which is a little lower than what I thought. I figured 50,000. Generator, LP gas. They have two big LP gas tanks sunk in the ground down there for the, I guess, for their boiler. So, you know, that would work out great,
Mhm.
cleaner.
Bradley.
Okay, yeah, get it back.
Not to totally distract us, but while we're talking about grants, can
Yeah.
we talk about community resiliency
Yes.
for a moment?
Oh, we're gonna get there.
Okay, I'll
Yeah.
hold.
We will get there. I'm not gonna do personnel policies tonight.
Okay, thank you, because I had not done enough research, so appreciate that, Bob.
Yeah, what? Yeah, we could do it next time.
I got, Eric sent over to me and I have not had time to, I looked at it when he first sent, but not since. He sent me their personnel policies, which might just be helpful to
Okay.
have as another point of comparison. So I'll send that to you.
Okay,
Send it to me too.
Yes,
Okay.
I will. Tina,
Yes, please.
send it up.
Reply all.
the CEO. I'm gonna skip that one too. The comments that Bill made for on the land use ordinance. We'll meet with them Wednesday night, to see what they have for comments, or what Bill proposes for the planning board. And I'd like to see what comments the ordinance review committee has made. I'll, if I can get them, I'll make sure you guys get to see them.
Are we in a good place with the LD 2093 work, or is there anything we need to do to?
That's a good question. I meant to ask Heather, have they done everything? Because we haven't gotten a bill from KB cog yet,
Right, yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think so.
so I don't know,
I got the money from the state for it.
right?
Great.
Yeah, anything spent, we gotta send it back.
Why?
We did get the okay, speaking of the generator. I met with the facilities committee at the school and the superintendent. And the committee voted to go ahead on the generator at the school. So if we can get the money for it, we've got the okay.
Yay.
Yep.
That's exciting.
If you go back for a minute to the LD, what, housing thing, and spending money from the state.
Yes,
I think some of the work that Amanda's been doing too could fall under that. Reviewing some of the ordinances.
let's consider that.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah,
Mhm, it is.
I don't like to spend money, but I'm pretty good at finding inventions.
That is,
Because it's all related. Having to relook at things. And
I think that can work. Resilience.
Yes, okay, so, I met with Harold, a couple other folks that other day. And Harold had talked to the, whichever state group is administering the grant about our idea around the generator, heating and cooling system. And they were basically like, no, you cannot use the funds for a generator. Because it's not very climate resilient to have a generator. So we had a quick like brainstorm in that meeting to try to come up with a couple other ideas that we wanted to fund that, because it'd be good to propose something if we can. So our brainstorms had been community center roof. It's a potential, it feels a little tricky to tie in. Gary's face is also saying.
Yeah.
And then Bob, you had just been talking about some of the transfer station things that needed to happen. So I wondered about funding the pad under
That
the brush and the
Yeah.
whichever the other
Tires.
tires, yes. I wondered if it could pay for those, presuming the issue with that is that we don't want those things leaking into the ground, water supply.
Yeah.
So I wondered if that might be a good fit. So those were our brainstorms. I think if folks have another brainstorm, now's the time to throw it out there.
Well, what about
Um,
solar at the new transfer station on that whole bank?
Oh, on the back there,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm,
I would think you could put a few right in there.
Yeah.
You don't need three-phase, right?
No, don't need it. I mean, you would need to be able to move that power out of there.
Right. So you got a pole right at the
Do you-
gate, you might need one, maybe two more poles.
Is there three-phase in there?
No,
Okay.
no, that's our big kicker. If we
Yeah.
had three-phase in there, we could have bigger compactors
All right.
and
Okay.
save money that way, but no,
Okay.
it would be good.
Is that something that we could upgrade with any of the stuff that we're talking about? If we upgrade it, like Carl says, to a three-phase, and we can get something in there that's cost saving, which we want the committee to do cost saving analysis anyway. Would that be something that we should do?
Is that, I'm not sure if that's on us or whether CMP is gonna say yay or nay to that.
They have to
See-
have the
Good question.
demand for it before they'll bring three-phase in.
Yeah.
In.
Yeah, I don't think you can change single phase to three-phase. Don't think.
Not that I'm aware of. You might be able to do it with a transformer, but I think that's not the best way to go.
I don't think you can.
I have a controller in my house for converting single phase to three phase from my well pump, but you know, it's relatively small stuff.
Yeah. Well, yeah, see, if you had three-phase at the transfer station, we could do cardboard, compact it,
Yeah.
bale it and sell
Mm,
it. It's always been a big thing for us. We don't have three-phase though, and that would be very difficult getting it.
Is it on the North Road?
It is into the village, and then it goes, for some reason, I don't know why, out to Belgrade Road.
mm.
Is that something you can set up with solar and have it solar dedicated only to that?
Well, if
I
you
don't know
said
how all that
solar, there, it would be dedicated to us.
Right.
Is that something that would run a bigger compactor or the baler or something do, but
On a sunny day, maybe.
yeah. Or spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on batteries, I suppose. But
That means we're coming down in price.
good. That's a good thing.
Yeah, I think you would just use it to get your energy bills for all your town
Yeah.
buildings
Yeah.
cut back. That would be I think it would be a good thing. Although it might blind people going into
Well, do we have preferences? If I talk to Harold and pitch our ideas, do we have strong leanings?
I would say
Or are we for like
Yeah.
whatever we will be able to fund?
that
Like,
the pad is great. The solar, I like that
Yeah.
a lot. Probably number one is a solar.
The community center roof, we've got it going to.
Yeah,
FEMA,
it seems
so-
like if FEMA's covering,
Yeah,
Well, if they.
if they will, yeah, big if, big if.
I think they might cover repairs. I don't think they come do a whole new roof.
FEMA, you know?
the community center, the basement needs that
Yeah,
thing, that bladder, and then the stones on top of it. That's fairly important, although the roof is much more important at this point.
yeah, we talked about the basement too. I think
Yeah.
Harold felt like it was a mate, you know,
Yeah. I think
Maybe.
solar is really because we can say some,
How can we tie solar into resiliency though? I mean, I think solar by itself is good.
if you look at the resilience
I think
thing,
it's one of.
a
the
lot of them
things.
are
That's one
solar.
of the points.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I am surprised that the warming cooling center is not part of it.
I am too.
I think they would fund like getting one set up in
If
a
it had
like
solar.
organizing way, or if it
Yeah.
had solar.
Yeah.
Like Harold sent me info about one, I think on Cranberry Isle. And they did sort of a similar project with a solar bank and battery. So I think they would potentially fund that, but I think it would be more
Is
than
it
the
propane?
50,000.
Is it
It's the propane,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah. So I think
Yeah.
heating and cooling is a winner if
Yeah.
we use solar for
Yeah.
heating and cooling.
It's so sad because it's not that long ago that propane was the way to go and the cleaner energy.
Yeah, I know.
And all new building projects had to be done with propane versus oil.
Yeah, and most of our power generation in Maine is propane.
They did say, when's the deadline for this? There is a grant coming up through the DOE for energy improvements at public schools.
Oh.
That opens this spring. near the
Well,
spring, so
part of that is not just warming and cooling. The other part is if the kids are in school, they lose power at 10 o'clock.
right,
They don't
have
get to go home.
Yeah.
Their bathrooms are not working. They don't have water. They don't have kitchens.
Mhm.
So there's a big advantage for the school too,
Yeah,
that generator.
yeah, so maybe we should look into this.
Do we know, I mean, I'm coming back to the question about the size of the generator in terms of,
I forgot to ask
does that
them.
give us any indication as to how much solar we might need there if we went with solar?
Ooh,
And oftentimes with solar, you can pare back the non-essential users of power
Yeah,
and just have the essential users,
yeah.
meaning
We could just
Lights.
fix the athletic field. They don't need that. They can play under the solar.
Yeah, I can just see those baseballs hitting the solar panels. The biggest drain, I would think, at the school would be the furnace,
Mhm.
Yeah, but if it's,
the water pump.
if it's just using the propane to do the heating, then there's not that much energy draw from electricity side.
You don't have heat pumps.
They only have one in the office. And I was thinking long-term, if they got the generator, and that's what they were saying, well, really, you don't have a cooling system. And they said, well, actually, you have a place where they can go and charge their phones and work on the computers at the school if they had that.
Mhm.
Yeah, you wouldn't have a real cool place, but you could make it comfortable.
Mhm.
But you could also put a big heat pump in that gym,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
You could cool it down.
Yeah.
So maybe not right off, but you could work on that.
Mhm.
Especially the gymnasium would be perfect for that.
Yeah, so at some point, if we get a heating, we could get a cooling too.
now is the generator only doing the gym or is it doing the whole school?
That's what I asked
It's a
them.
pretty small school, but
Yeah, I asked them that,
whole school?
because, lights, hopefully they're LEDs now. With classrooms, that's all it is lights. Lights is not a big draw. What
But
are
they
your
should be
big
off
draws?
anyway,
Yeah.
if you're using the warming center, you should be in the gymnasium anyway.
They
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm guessing
kitchen
pumps would be the biggest draw.
Yeah, your water,
No, water and or,
septic,
yeah.
you gotta pump out to the septic field.
No, okay.
Nice to get a load.
Also, yeah, moving water around inside
Yeah.
to distribute.
I have a dumb question. What do you need a pump for the septic for?
Oh, it's way out in the back.
Oh, just specifically for the school?
Yeah.
It's like, you don't have a pump there, so.
Yeah.
Okay. No. Still better than holding tank on the lake.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, so, yeah, let's, I'll get the size of the generator. It might have been on the paper he gave me. And that way we could size the solar too.
Yeah, that's what,
Yeah, if you gave your quote, you'd have to have the size of the
Yeah.
generator figured.
Okay,
for something like that, we'd probably have to have batteries too.
yeah,
But again, batteries are coming down in price pretty nicely.
Mhm.
okay. That's a few options anyway.
Okay, well, I'll see where we think we can pull something together quickly.
This would be a $50,000 grant,
Mhm.
potentially up to.
Yeah,
I would think it would be a pretty good solar project, 50,000.
mhm.
Especially if we can get a credit for 30%
Yeah,
from the federal government.
Mhm.
yeah,
Okay, well, I'll ask about solar.
Yep.
At the transfer station and or pads under brush and tires.
Yep.
And community center basement. And see what we can do.
okay.
Okay, thank you.
We had a citizen asked for an extension of the Echo Lake Road. They plow up to, I think, about 200 feet from the town line. And a person has moved into that section now. So it would mean Lee would have to plow up and then turn around at Brown's Point.
That's quite a bit of, I know who moved in, that's quite a, and there's quite a bit of granite popping out of that
Yeah, it's
road that
ledge.
doesn't move.
But there's a funny story that goes with that. I called Lee, and I said, well, what would it cost? And they said, it'd probably add 2/10 of a mile, which we can figure out how much that would be extending their contract. But he said, we didn't have to plow that road this winter. And I asked him why. He says, well, Fayette plowed it through because they're plowing right straight through and then they go around and plow up Sandy River Road and out around.
Mhm.
So I figured might as well check to make sure if they're gonna keep doing that. It's gonna make it easier on us, right?
Yeah.
So I call up Mark at the town manager over there and he said, really?
Yeah. Go open the can.
Oh, I didn't hear this.
Yeah.
I'll have to talk to my road crew. I said, well, in advance of that, I'll say thank you, Mark. And probably won't hear from you again. So about an hour later, I got a call from him. He said, you know, Bob, maybe we will continue to plow that road if you do some road improvements. So Lee and I will talk to them and see what kind of improvements that we have to make. It might be a good swap over,
Mhm.
so.
Yeah.
The reason for it comes down to their school bus comes down that road
Mhm.
and turning around is a real pain for them.
Yeah.
It's so much nicer when they come out around and go through.
Yeah, that makes
Well, it's
perfect
a real
sense.
pain for a snowplow too, so,
It makes it much, much easier for them too.
because
So-
they do have to go up the Sandy River Road. that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, otherwise you'd have to,
Yeah, the
Yeah.
back drag.
yeah,
So
That's an awesome
could
deal.
be a win-win,
Yeah.
yeah.
it might be a really, really nice deal. We'll see when Lee gets together with their road crew.
Well, I will say they do a nice job because I just went back there like last week and it was nice,
Mm.
plowed and except for that one rock on the hill, but yeah, it looked really nice and whoever did it, they're doing a great job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So that's pretty good. Transportation Committee is gonna meet this week for the first time. I think it is.
Transportation.
I didn't know we had a transfer.
I mean,
Transfer.
transfer
Oh.
station.
Transfers.
Yeah, they're meeting this week for the first time. And basically, they're gonna try to save some money,
Awesome.
hopefully. And that's all I have.
I have one thing since we're on YouTube, for everybody who's listening possibly. If you're a member of a committee, please get a hold of me. If I can make sure that I have everybody's updated information. I would appreciate it and I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks, Tina. Tina, is there anything for the town report that would be helpful to have one of us follow up directly with anyone on to help track something down or be, any of those things that we can be helpful with?
You are still missing me, but I'm waiting now.
Yeah, the office people usually at the last minute, so that's fine, because I'm also waiting for the audit and I know that that's not. So that's fine.
It should be.
Almost.
Yeah, it should be. I'm downloading.
I can't possibly ask you any more questions.
All right. Anyway, I'll send you what I've got. I'll look
Okay.
at it tomorrow rather. than this stuff for some reason.
Sounds good. Well, just let me know, Tina, if there's anyone I should try to track down or reach out to.
There's not too many.
Yep, anytime you see someone, we
I'm sorry, I'm having trouble getting anything off there. That what you're. Church one?
Yeah, for some reason, I've been having issues with the server.
But it's on SharePoint. I could just try to.
Yeah,
find
it should be under, it should say town report 3/20, or I'm sorry, not 3/23, ending 2023, and then it should say 3/11/2024.
Let's see.
Because it wouldn't let me save it. So I had to
Let's see.
rename it.
Thank you, John. Signing this.
Oh, was that not a good class? Moderating town meetings?
yes,
That was a very good class, I'm just saying.
Okay, we done? Do we need a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
I make a motion that we adjourn at 7:37. That was a quick one. Thank you.
We all voted yes, Tina.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Mark.
And then, one other point, there is a budget meeting on Saturday,
Yes.
10
Thank-
o'clock.
Thank you, Carl.
Oh,
Yes.
Are you okay with that?
Yes.
oh.
I couldn't not go to the finance meeting, sorry.
No, as you should.
We lost with a